How can adults master English? Hello, everyone! Welcome back to our English journey. Do you ever feel like it is just too late to start learning English? Well, today we are going to explore the perfect way for adults to master it. Don't worry, we won't be using any boring grammar books. Let's jump right in and find out how to make English a fun part of your daily life. Part 1. No magic shortcuts. We all want a magic pill, don't we? We want to wake up and speak perfect English. But let's be honest. Think about losing weight. You buy new running shoes and a nice gym bag. You say, I will work out for 3 hours every day. What happens after 3 days? The shoes stay in the closet. You lie on the sofa with a big bag of potato chips. Learning English is exactly like that. Many adults buy heavy vocabulary books. They plan to study 5 hours a day after work. But you are an adult and you are busy. You have a job, a family, and responsibilities. After a long day, studying feels like heavy work. Then you feel guilty. You think, I am just not good at languages. But wait, it is not your fault. The problem is the unrealistic goal. You cannot build a house in one day. You need to lay the bricks one by one. So what should we do? First, we need to change our mindset. Let's throw away the idea of a magic shortcut. There is no secret trick to master English in 1 month. If someone says there is, they are probably lying. It takes time, and that is completely normal. Think of English as a small daily habit, not a huge project. It is like brushing your teeth. You don't brush your teeth for 2 hours on Sundays, right? You do it for a few minutes every day. Little by little, it keeps your teeth healthy. Language learning works the exact same way. Set a goal you can easily achieve. Instead of, I will memorize 100 words, say, I will learn 1 new phrase. It sounds too simple, doesn't it? But this small win will make you happy. It gives you the energy to try again tomorrow. This is how you build a strong foundation. Also, please do not compare yourself to others. Your friend might speak English very fast, but you don't know how many years they practiced. We all have our own speed. Sometimes you will walk and sometimes you will pause. The only important thing is that you keep moving forward. Embrace the mistakes along the way. Adults often hate making mistakes. We want to look perfect and smart. But a mistake just means you are trying. When a baby learns to walk, they fall down many times. We smile and cheer for them. You should cheer for yourself too. Give yourself a pat on the back. Say, good job for trying today. So let's take a deep breath. Drop the heavy burden from your shoulders. We are starting a long but very beautiful journey. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Enjoy the process, and English will naturally become yours. Part 2. Ditch the grammar obsession. Have you ever frozen when someone spoke to you in English? You open your mouth, but no words come out. Your brain is working so hard. Why does this happen? It is because of a monster in our heads. We call it the grammar monster. This monster always whispers to you. Is that a past tense verb? Did you put an S at the end? We think we must speak perfectly. If we make a grammar mistake, we feel embarrassed. So we choose to stay silent. But think about how we speak our native language. Do we always use perfect grammar? Of course not. We often break the rules. We make incomplete sentences. But people still understand us perfectly. Imagine you are hungry in a foreign country. You find a nice restaurant, but you don't know the local language. What do? Do you try to make a perfect long sentence? No, you just point at the picture and say, "This, please." And you get your food. This is what we call survival English. Communication is the only goal. It doesn't matter if it looks pretty or not. Let's look at another example. If someone asks, "Where is the subway?" you can just say, "Go straight, left." You don't need to say, "If you walk straight down this street and turn left." That is too long and stressful. Straight left does the job perfectly. Many adults treat English like a math test. They want to find the exact correct answer. But language is not math. Language is like music or art.
Thank you all for being here tonight.
It is about expressing your feelings and
This next one
thoughts.
is for everyone who loves
A slightly
listening.
wrong note doesn't ruin the whole song. We have to give ourselves permission to be messy. Throw words out there and see what happens. People are very good at guessing. If you say, "Yesterday I go to store," everyone understands. Yes, it should be went. But did the meaning change? No. Native speakers don't judge your grammar. They just want to know your message. They appreciate that you are trying to speak their language. So next time you speak English, drop the perfectionism. Pretend you are playing a fun game of charades. Use your hands, your face, and just one or two words. The moment you stop caring about grammar, your mouth will open. You will feel light and free. That is when real learning begins. Start with broken English. It is a beautiful first step. Now go out there and make lots of mistakes. Just remember this one rule. A spoken mistake is always better than perfect silence. Trust yourself and just speak out. Part 3, why listening comes first. Imagine a baby learning to speak. Do they start by reading a heavy grammar book? Of course not. They just listen for a very long time. They listen to their parents every single day. Their little brains act exactly like sponges. They quietly soak up all the sounds around them. For adult learners, it works the exact same way. We simply cannot speak if we do not listen first. Listening is the absolute foundation of speaking. Think of your brain as an empty glass. English sounds are like fresh, clean water. If the glass is empty, you cannot pour any water out. When you try to speak without listening, your glass is empty. That is why no words come out of your mouth. You just feel frustrated and extremely stressed. But what happens if you keep pouring water into the glass? Slowly but surely, the glass becomes full. And then the water naturally overflows. That is exactly how speaking happens. You listen and fill your brain with enough English sounds. Soon, the words will naturally spill out of your mouth. But here's a big problem for us adults. We do not live in an English-speaking country, so we do not hear English naturally in our daily lives. We must create intentional listening time. You need to actively bring English sounds into your daily routine. And trust me, this is easier than you think. You do not need to sit at a desk for 3 hours. You can listen while you do other simple things. Just play some English audio in the background. Play a fun podcast when you are driving to work. Listen to an audiobook while you wash the dishes. Or watch a YouTube video while you fold your laundry. Please do not worry if you cannot understand everything. Just let the rhythm and melody of English flow into your ears. Your brain is silently working and learning. On some days, it might feel like annoying noise. You might think, is this really working? Yes, it absolutely is. Think about planting a small seed in the soil. You water it every day, but you cannot see the roots growing. It happens deep underground where you cannot see. One morning, a tiny green leaf finally pops up. Your daily listening practice is just like watering that seed. The speaking part is the beautiful green leaf. Make your ears perfectly comfortable with English. Get used to how native speakers link words together. Feel the natural speed and emotion in their voices. At first, it might sound like a fast, crazy song. But soon, you will start hearing separate, clear words. And then you will catch whole sentences. So let's make a firm promise today. Before you try to force words out, fill your cup first. Give your brain enough sounds to play with. Start with just 10 minutes of listening today. Keep your ears wide open and your mind relaxed. Trust the process and simply enjoy the sounds. As your cup fills up, you will definitely feel the change. One day, you will speak English without even thinking. That is the true hidden power of listening. Part 4, Passive versus Active Listening. You are playing English audio every day. You listen while driving and cleaning. That is a great start. But there is a small trap here. We call it passive listening. It means the sound is just background noise. Imagine you are at a noisy coffee shop. People are talking around you. But you don't really hear their words, right? You just hear blah, blah, blah. Your brain is taking a rest. Passive listening is exactly like that. It helps you get used to the rhythm. But it does not teach you new words. You need something more powerful. You need active listening. This means you listen with a clear goal. You are like a detective looking for clues. How do we do active listening? It is actually very simple. You just need to connect the sound to the situation. Let's say you are watching an English drama.
Oh no!
A man drops his coffee on his shirt. He shouts, "Oh, what a mess!"
Believe this.
You don't need a dictionary. You see the brown coffee on his white shirt. You see his angry face. Your brain makes a fast connection. Aha, what a mess means something is ruined. You just learned a new phrase naturally. This is the power of context. Context is the king of language learning. It gives life to boring words. Next time you watch a video, don't just stare at it. Look at the people's faces. Look at their hands and the place they are in. Try to guess how they feel. Are they happy, sad, or angry? Then, listen to how their voice goes up and down. Also, try to catch just one or two words. You do not need to understand every single sentence. That is impossible for now. If they are at a restaurant, listen for words like menu or order. If you hear them, celebrate. You successfully caught the key word. What if you still don't understand? That is completely fine. Just rewind and listen one more time. The second time, it will sound much clearer. Your brain loves repetition. It slowly connects the dots for you. So balance your listening habits. Keep your passive listening while doing chores, but add 10 minutes of active listening every day. Sit down, focus, and be a language detective. Find the clues, guess the meaning, and enjoy the discovery. Your English will grow much faster. The moment you actively listen, the noise turns into real language. Step by step, you are becoming a master. Keep up the great work. Part 5. Your hobbies are the best textbooks. Let's talk about studying with textbooks. Do you enjoy reading English textbooks? Probably not. Textbooks are full of useful grammar and words, but they are usually very boring. It feels like heavy schoolwork. If you study with a boring book, you will quit soon. Your brain easily loses interest. We need a totally different approach. What do you do in your free time? Do you watch cooking videos on YouTube? Do you love watching American dramas? Those fun videos are your best textbooks. We call this learning through your hobbies. This mindset changes everything. When you watch something you love, you don't feel tired. You can watch your favorite drama for 3 hours straight. You don't even look at the clock. Let's say you really love baking cakes. You want to try a new recipe this weekend. Don't search for it in your native language. Search for it in English on the internet. Type how to bake a chocolate cake. You will find thousands of great videos. The baker in the video will show you the flour and sugar. They will say, mix them together. You see the action and hear the words at the same time. You are learning English, but it does not feel like studying. You are just enjoying your favorite hobby. Your brain is happy, awake, and ready to learn. Or maybe you love watching exciting action movies. You can watch them with English subtitles. The visual clues will help you understand the story. The actors will run around and shout short commands. You already know what is happening on the screen, so it is very easy to guess the meaning of new words. What if you are a big fan of sports? Watch soccer or baseball games with English commentary. Listen carefully to the exciting voices of the announcers. When a player scores a goal, the announcer shouts loudly. You learn exactly how native speakers express extreme excitement. You learn the real, living language of sports fans. You might say, but the videos are too fast. Yes, native speakers talk very fast in real life. But remember, you are watching something you truly love. You won't give up easily because you want to know the ending. You will gladly rewind and listen again and again. Your deep passion naturally makes you very patient. Also, the words in these videos are extremely practical. Native speakers actually use them every single day. They are not dead words buried in an old grammar book. So make a list of things you love right now. It can be fashion, fast cars, or world travel. Find English videos about those fun topics today. Stop forcing yourself to read boring books. Turn your favorite hobbies into your daily English lessons. Learning will finally become a fun and joyful habit. Part 6. Train your mouth muscles with shadowing. You listen to a lot of English. You know the meaning of the words. But when you try to speak, your mouth freezes. Why does this happen to us? It is because speaking is not a test of knowledge. Speaking is actually a physical workout. Think about riding a bicycle. Can you learn to ride a bike just by reading a book? No, you have to use your legs and balance your body. Your tongue and your lips are muscles. For many years, they only spoke Korean. They are completely used to the Korean rhythm. To speak English smoothly, we must train these muscles. We need to teach them new movements. The best way to do this is shadowing. What is shadowing? It is exactly what it sounds like. You become a shadow of the native speaker. You listen to a short sentence, and you repeat it immediately, right after them. You follow their exact sound just like a parrot. Do not look at the textbook or subtitles. Your eyes will trick your brain. You will start reading instead of listening. Focus entirely on the melody and the rhythm. English has a very strong beat. Some words go up and some words go down. For example, look at the phrase water bottle. In Korea, we read every single letter exactly. We say water bottle. But native speakers do not speak like that. They connect the words smoothly like flowing water. They say water bottle. If you just read the letters, your mouth stays stiff. But if you copy the sound, your mouth relaxes. You must mimic the exact sound you hear. At first, your tongue will definitely get twisted. You will stumble and mumble. That is actually a great sign. It means your mouth muscles are finally stretching. Like lifting weights, you feel the burn. Just keep doing it. Pick a very short video clip, maybe 10 seconds. Play the same 10 seconds 20 times. Repeat it until your mouth moves perfectly without thinking. Feel the emotion of the speaker. Are they excited? Are they sad? Copy their facial expressions too. Move your hands and nod your head. Use your whole body to remember the rhythm. You might look a bit crazy, but that is fine. Do this in the shower. Do it while you are walking your dog. Do it alone in your car. If your jaw feels completely tired, congratulations! Your mouth muscles are growing right now. Soon, speaking English will feel as natural as breathing. Part 7. Talk to yourself in English. You might think you need a foreign friend to practice speaking. You want someone to correct your mistakes. But finding a partner is not always easy. We live in a place where most people speak our native language. You cannot meet a native speaker every single day. So, what is the best solution? The answer is to become your own conversation partner. We call this powerful method self-talk. You simply talk to yourself in English. It might sound a little weird at first. You might feel silly talking to the air. You might look around to see if anyone is listening. But please do not feel shy or embarrassed. This is actually a very safe space. Nobody is there to judge your grammar or pronunciation. You have zero pressure and zero stress. You can make 100 mistakes and it is completely fine. Your confidence will naturally grow in this safe zone. So, how do we start this self-talk? It is much easier than you think. Just describe what you are doing right now. Imagine you are waking up in the morning. You stretch your arms and feel the sunlight. Just say out loud, "I am waking up." Then you walk into the kitchen. You say, "I am making coffee. It smells so good." It does not have to be a long, perfect sentence. Are you walking to the bus stop? Look around and tell yourself what you see. The sky is blue today. The wind is a bit cold. You can also talk about your honest feelings. Are you sitting at your desk after a long day? Just say, I am so tired, I want to go home. If you don't know a specific word, do not panic. Just use a Korean word for that part and keep going. I need to clean my checksang. The goal is not perfection, but keeping the flow. You want your brain to think in English without stopping. The missing words can be learned later. The shower is actually the best place for self-talk. The sound of water covers your voice completely. You are alone, relaxed, and feeling fresh. While washing your hair, plan your day out loud. I will meet my friend for lunch. We will eat pizza. This builds your everyday vocabulary. You can also play fun games with yourself. Pretend you are a famous YouTuber. Give a tour of your own bedroom. Point to your bed and say, "This is my bed. It is very soft." It is okay to be playful and dramatic. Emotion helps your brain remember things better. Just do this for 5 minutes every single day. While cooking, walking, or showering, make your entire life your personal English stage. Every small word you say out loud is a big step forward. Your mouth will slowly remember the English sounds. And when you finally meet a native speaker, you won't freeze. You are already speaking English right now in your room. Be your own best teacher and cheerleader. Keep talking to yourself. Part 8. Stop making word salads, use chunks. Have you ever experienced a long pause before speaking English? You just stand there and say, let's look inside your brain. Your brain is acting like a very busy factory. First, you make a perfect Korean sentence in your head. Then, you search for the English words one by one. Next, you check the grammar rules. Should I use in or on here? Finally, you slowly push the words out of your mouth. We call this making a word salad. You just mix individual words together. But this process takes way too much time. By the time you finish building your sentence, the conversation is already over. The other person is talking about something else. You feel frustrated again. Native speakers do not build sentences word by word. They do not have time for that. They use something called chunks. What exactly is a chunk? It is a group of words that naturally live together. Think of them as pre-made Lego blocks. Imagine you want to say, I am looking forward to the weekend. A beginner will translate this word by word. They will worry about the grammar. But native speakers just use the chunk, I am looking forward to. They do not think about the grammar of each word. They just grab the whole block and use it. Let's look at another example. Imagine you are ordering coffee at a cafe. You want to say, can I get an iced Americano? Do not think, can I get? Just remember the powerful chunk, can I get a? You can add anything to the end of it. Can I get a sandwich? Can I get a napkin? You just attach the final word to the chunk. Think about cooking dinner. Making sentences word by word is like starting from zero. You have to plant the seeds and grow the vegetables first. But using chunks is like using a delicious meal kit. All the ingredients are already prepared and perfectly mixed. You just heat it up and enjoy. This is exactly why native speakers can talk so fast. Their brain is filled with thousands of these ready-to-use chunks. They just pull them out when they need them. So, how should you study vocabulary from now on? Stop memorizing single words like take or get. These words have too many meanings. Instead, memorize the whole chunk. Remember, take a walk or get some rest. This will make your English sound much more natural. When you watch a movie, hunt for these word blocks. Write them down together in your notebook. Treat them as one single word. If you speak in chunks, your buffering will finally disappear. You will speak faster and with more confidence. Say goodbye to word salads. Part 9. Throw away difficult words. Many adults believe a big myth about English. They think they must use fancy and difficult words to speak well. They want to sound smart and professional. So they memorize advanced vocabulary words every day. But when they actually talk, those words never come out. Their brain is full of heavy, useless stones. Listen carefully to native speakers in their daily lives. Do they use difficult words at the cafe or supermarket? Never. They use middle school vocabulary. You do not need to say purchase to buy an apple. You just say buy. You do not need to say exhausted. You just say very tired. Basic words are actually the most powerful tools in English. Think of words like get, have, take, and make. They are like a Swiss Army knife. You can use the word get for almost anything. I got a coffee. I got home. I don't get it. One easy word solves 3 different situations. We often freeze because we try to translate directly. You think of a difficult Korean word, and you search your brain for the exact English match. For example, you want to say 연기하다. You cannot remember the word postpone. Do not panic and stay silent. Just break the meaning down into easy words. You can simply say, let's do it later. Did the meaning change? No, it is perfectly clear. You already know enough English words to survive. Trust the simple words you learned in middle school. They are your best friends. The goal of language is to connect with people, not to show off. If the other person understands you easily, you succeed. Keep it simple and keep it easy. Part 10, Weekend Cramming versus 10 minutes a day. Let's talk about a very common mistake. We are all very busy during the weekdays. We work late and come home tired. So we make a huge plan for the weekend. We say, I will study English for 5 hours this Sunday. We feel very ambitious. Finally, Sunday comes. You sit at your desk with a large cup of coffee. You stare at your grammar book for hours. You close the book and feel very proud. But what happens on Monday morning? Do you remember all the new words? Actually, you forget almost everything. Your brain hates heavy and sudden information. It throws the heavy memory away into the trash. Studying a language is not like studying for a history test. You cannot cram everything in one day. It is exactly like watering a small plant. Imagine giving a plant 10 liters of water on Sunday. Then, you give it 0 water for the rest of the week. What will happen to the plant? Yes, the poor plant will dry up and die. A plant needs just a small cup of water every single day. Your brain needs exactly the same thing. You need a small daily exposure to English. 10 minutes a day is much better than 5 hours on Sunday. It sounds too simple, right? But if you do something every day, it slowly becomes a habit. It becomes a completely normal part of your life. just like brushing your teeth. You do not need to find extra free time for this. Just attach English to your everyday routines. It is like putting butter on your morning bread. When you brush your teeth in the morning, play an English podcast. Do not sit down, just listen while you wash. That is your first 3 minutes. When you ride the subway to work, open a very short English article. Look at some easy sentences. Boom, that is another 5 minutes. Finally, when you wait for your lunch coffee, review 3 new words. You do not need a heavy notebook. Just use the memo app on your phone. Congratulations, you just reached your 10 minutes. You did not sit at a boring desk. You did not sacrifice your precious weekend rest. Your brain received the English very naturally. It feels incredibly easy and light. This is the secret to not giving up. Consistency always beats intensity. A single drop of water falling every day eventually breaks a hard stone. Never underestimate the power of small steps. So please cancel your massive study plan for this weekend. Go outside, meet your friends, and enjoy your break. You deserve it. Instead, start your tiny 10-minute habit right now. Just open a video on your phone. That small choice will change your English journey completely. We have talked about the real way to master English as an adult. You learned that there is no magic shortcut. You just need to build a small habit every day. Remember to fill your brain with English sounds first. Use your favorite videos and enjoy active listening. Then, your mouth will naturally open. Stop building sentences word by word. Find useful chunks and shadow them out loud. Talk to yourself in the shower or during your commute. To make this perfectly yours, you need repetition. Watch this video again while you fold the laundry. Listen to it again on your way to work. Repeat it until these words feel just like your native language. If you keep listening, the magic will finally happen. So please do not give up. If this video helped your English journey, please click the like button. Subscribe to our channel for more easy and fun lessons. It gives us huge energy to make better content. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me today. I will come back with another exciting topic next time. Have a wonderful day and keep speaking.